Take a look at part C. This is different than part A and part B. You'll notice that before there were two negative signs or subtraction signs, and now in the middle there's only one. We were changing subtracting a negative to adding a positive, but now we're changing subtracting a positive to adding a negative. Take a look at the signs. So subtracting a positive is being changed to adding a negative. These were the problems that I've been seeing the most issues with. I think students are having trouble because when you look at a problem like 6 minus a negative 5, like the problems we were looking at in part A and part B, there are already two symbols here, so I think that it was easier for students to see that, okay, I need to make two changes, and they could clearly see the two signs that needed to change. But over here, with a problem like this, you only see one sign, and so I'm having a lot of kids who are only making one change when you're supposed to make two changes. So when you look at this problem, you're supposed to change this to adding, and you're supposed to change the positive 7 to a negative 7. Now, it might be easier if mathematically people would originally write a positive with the positive symbol, but when it's a positive 7, people don't write that. So you're not seeing two symbols that need to change. You're only seeing one, and then you need to realize that you also need to change this positive 7 to a negative 7. So 3 minus 7 becomes 3 plus a negative 7. The other thing I want to remind you is that the first number never changes. So this 9 stays a 9, the 5 stays a 5, the 6 stays a 6. That first number does not change. What changes is this middle section here, and you're always going to have two changes. The other thing I want you to notice is that I leave you an extra little bit of space so that there's room for you to make one change, two changes. So the other issue I've seen with kids is that, you know, if they take a problem like this that they see on the EOG doesn't give any room between the subtraction sign and the 2. So if you need to make your change, there's not much room to show that this becomes adding a negative 2. And then we can rewrite it 9 plus a negative 2. All right, so this next one, I'm going to have us skip. So we're not going to show our work. We're just going to change subtracting 8 to adding a negative 8. I want you to get to the point eventually where you can go straight from realizing that 5 minus 8 is the same as 5 plus a negative 8. So you're skipping right over the work and just realizing that these two are equivalent. 6 minus 2 is the same as 6 plus a negative 2. So we're at the point where you no longer have to show your work. If it's helpful to you to show your work, then keep showing your work. But if you're ready to move from here to here, then do that. All right, 7 minus 25, that's the same as 7 plus a negative 25. Because 7 minus 25, well, subtracting 25 is the same as adding a negative 25.